So the other day, one of my subscribers sent me 3 different fragrances from the house of Issey Miyake because I told him on one of my lives a few weeks back that I did not like any Issey Miyake fragrances. I tried the Nuit, all their fresh fragrances, and I did not like them. Most of them had florals in them, did not like them. And so he said, I want you to try these. I think that you like them. They're more fall and winter types. And so he sent me Polaris, Noir Ambre, and Bois Arctic, and so I'm going to be reviewing them in this video. I have tried them now for about 2 weeks and let you know what I get from them. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video. Thank you so much for joining me again. Again, one of my subscribers, Eddie, sent me 3 different Issey Miyake fragrances. 2 are from the Nuit line and the other one's from the L'HOMME line. Again, I tried all of the a lot of fresh fragrances from them. 2 florally, kind of smelled like an old woman to me, and so I didn't like them. Or they were just okay, not worth a blind buy or a purchase or whatever it might be. So he sent me these 3. The first one is Bois Arctic from Nuit. Then we got Nuit Polaris. And then we have, or is it Nuit? Then we have L'HOMME Noir Ambre that I ended up buying a full bottle of. So before I get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and then if you also like my content, consider following me on Instagram and TikTok. So this one I'm going to start out with. This is the L'HOMME Noir Ambre, the first one that I tried out, and as you can tell, I bought a full bottle, so what does that tell you? I like it. So the main notes you get in Noir Ambre are amber, leather, cedar, cinnamon, and vanilla. This is discontinued, but it can still be found on Fragrance Spy and Fragrance Net most of the time. It's around $75 to $100 depending on where you buy it. So this fragrance, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I did review it last week, but I had these other 2. I wanted to put this in here as well. This one is your signature amber fragrance that you can wear pretty much any time of year. It's going to be someone's signature fragrance. I can actually see it as a signature fragrance, although it is more of a fall and wintertime fragrance. You get that amber in there, you get some leather, you get cedar, you get vanilla. The leather floats throughout the entire fragrance, and then you get some woodiness as well throughout the entire fragrance. As you get further into the dry down, that is where the woods pulls up a bit, and then you get that mixing with that vanilla as well as some spice. The amber is the main note in this fragrance. It is super high quality. It is blended very nicely. It is a niche quality fragrance for sure. And so if you can find this, you can pick it up. You like amber fragrances, this is going to be the one for you to pick up. Because L'HOMME Noir Ambre, it completely changed my mind on the Issey Miyake fragrance line. It is showing me that there is promise, especially in their fall and winter type fragrances. So I'm going to dive even deeper into them only because of this one fragrance. So thank you to Eddie. Going into the second one, oh, I will tell you, Noir Ambre, even though I've mentioned it before, it has really nice projection. It's a little bit above average for the first 3 to 4 hours, and then it comes down, and it's about 7 to 8 hours of longevity total. Even though some people get a little bit longer, I get about 7 to 8 hours. Moving into the second one here, this one is from the Nuit line, and this is Polaris. So as you can tell, it's almost gone, as are almost all of them. So Polaris here is going to be another fall and wintertime fragrance, but it does have a little bit of a freshness in the opening, as do pretty much all 3 of these. So the main notes you get in Polaris are cypress, agarwood, cedarwood, amber, and vanilla. Oh, whenever you first spray this on, you do get a little bit of like a bergamot black pepper mixture that gives like a fresh spiciness, but it's more in the tone in the background. It's more of this fragrance is like a polarizing or Polaris polarizing woods type fragrance. You get that cypress, you get some other woods mixing in there as well, mixed with a little bit of that freshness, and then you get this like green tinge around the entire fragrance for the first like hour from the cypress. As you work your way closer into the base, it does get a little bit more closer to that fall and wintertime vibe because you get that vanilla coming in there. You also do get that amber as well, but the amber is not as pronounced as what you would get in Noir Ambre. It's just a nice supporting note, giving a little bit of like a sticky resinous quality, as well as a little bit more of a sweetness. But then it becomes more of just like a sweet woods with that little bit of vanilla. And then you also do get, even though it's not listed, a little bit of leather undertone here. It's not as heavy as something that like a ombre leather. It's just a little undertone that you get that you can mention to somebody and they probably won't even be able to notice it. But overall, this is a really nice fragrance. I think this is my second favorite of the two, although I do really like them both. If you like woody fragrances that have a little bit of a freshness and then they do change nicely in the dry down to be more of that fall and wintertime fragrance, it's definitely a nice fragrance. One that I would wear fall, winter, spring. Has a nice projection, arm's length for the first 2 hours, lasts about 7. Polaris is a nice fragrance. Going into the last one. This is one that I'm still testing out, not 100% sure if I love it. This is by Issey Miyake. It's Issey Bois Arctic or Bois Arctic. Correct me, I don't know how it's said. I didn't watch any videos, I have no idea. So the main notes in Bois Arctic are mandarin orange, basil, vanilla, tonka, and tobacco. So again, this is like a fresher fall and wintertime fragrance, but it's a tale of two fragrances. In the opening, you get that mandarin orange, you get that basil, you get like a citrusy, fresh green, almost like herbal tinge in there as well. It has that green tinge just like the last one, but the basil is giving off like an herbally mintiness mixed with that nice mandarin orange. But about 20 minutes into the fragrance, it's like that mandarin orange and that basil. Well, the basil doesn't go fully away. It just becomes a little bit more herbal and then goes more into the background. And as that mandarin orange goes away, and then you're left with a nice fall fragrance that's like tobacco and vanilla, and it's all mixed together. I think you get a little bit of tonka in there, give it a little bit of powder. You also do get a little bit of like a woodiness in there as well, but it's a completely different fragrance. From the opening, which is like a citrus fresh herbal greenness, and then you get down to this like tobacco vanilla, almost like a red tobacco type fragrance with that little bit of woods in it, but not as heavy. It's quite interesting, again, but I don't know if I like that or if I'd rather go with something that's that full sweetness throughout the entire fragrance. I honestly don't know. I do think it's interesting, and it's definitely worth a shot if you're looking to decant something out. It's the one that I would say is definitely not worth a blind buy. All three of these are quite interesting fragrances that I don't know if any of them are worth a blind buy. If there is one, it's the Issey or the Issey Noir Ambre. Polaris is really nice right next to it. I'm probably going to get a full bottle of that. I need to wear through the last spray of this one more time. As you can tell, it's just about gone. So I can figure out if Bois Arctic is one that I want to wear or not. It's the one that you can wear it in the spring and summer, but only for the first 20 minutes, and then after that, it's only a fall and wintertime fragrance. It does last about 6 hours, so it has the least of all of them, in my opinion. And it also has the least projection. It's more of an intimate to moderate scent. For the first like 20 minutes, it does project really nicely, though. So let me know what you guys think about these. Again, you have your amber, nice signature amber fragrance. It's very niche quality. All three of these do have niche quality to them. Then you have your polarizing woodiness with that green opening and a little bit of like a sweet woody dry down. Then with this one and the Bois Arctic, it has that fresh citrus with like a minty basil opening, and then when you get to the dry down, completely different fragrance. It's like a sweet tobacco woodiness. Really nice fragrances all together. Again, I would rank them 1, 2, 3 the way that I put them in this video. Let me know in the comments what you think, and again, I'll be back with another video. Peace out.